Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Crosses over, back onto the far side. Rips a shot, she scores! I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
What if you didn't choose to become an Adrian College Bulldog? Surely you would have carried on with your education and could potentially be graduating elsewhere. But what would you have the honor of greeting Bruiser on campus? Would you have had the privilege of working alongside faculty that know your name? Would you have had the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is seeking the truth and dignity in all people? Would you have had a creative learning environment that is supportive of challenging you and achieving excellence in your academics, but also your personal and professional lives? This has been Adrian College's promise to us. Just as our families have promised to love us unconditionally and support us through the many peaks and valleys of our lives, Adrian offered a similar promise to us when they realized our potential by asking us to join them. While we have been busy navigating the many what-ifs of our time, none of which we could have imagined, we have indeed found the cane that holds our ribbons of excellence at Adrian to stand strong. Strength and tradition. A tradition that carries on from graduating class to graduating class. A symbolic reminder of the leadership carrying the motto, no victory without work. The Adrian College class of 2021 can proudly proclaim that we have earned our ribbon of excellence for persevering through a pandemic because of our hard work. We have had to learn how to best navigate the many what-ifs in uncharted times. While some of the what-ifs have been answered, it is now up to each of us to embrace and navigate on our own. What if I take that job? What if I decide to continue on for postgraduate endeavors? What if I decide this? What if I decide that? No matter what, you'll be able to face your tomorrow knowing that you are a member of a pack, the Adrian College Bulldogs class of 2021.
Part of the family here at Adrian College are the friends we've made. These friends have gone to games with you, shared late night tales with you, explored downtown with you, and joked around with you at Ritchie. They were in the library with you at midnight studying for the 8 a.m. exam you forgot to study for. And they're there when you cried because you failed that exam. These friends are your new family members now. You will stay in touch with them forever, even if it's just liking their Facebook post about the new puppy they just got. Parents, family, and friends, we cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us. Thank you for the support and the opportunity for this moment to graduate from Adrian College. You have helped us reach our dreams and goals in life. Congratulations, class of 2021. We finally made it.
Adrian College has once again found itself on the 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best College Rankings. This is the 8th straight year that Adrian has been named to the top regional colleges Midwest section. Adrian College was also named the most innovative school in the regional colleges Midwest category. In addition, Adrian received accolades in Best Value in undergraduate teaching within regional colleges Midwest. Adrian College was also named in the top first-year experiences by U.S. News & World Report. This marks the 13th consecutive year that Adrian has appeared in U.S. News & World Report. To see the full rankings, visit their website. For more information on Adrian College, visit adrian.edu.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm Dejan Hughes, and I'm a senior in the class of 2021.
My name is Megan Abbey. I'm from the class of 2021.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Parisi, and I'm the class of 2021.
Wow. As far as working for ACTV, the first thing that comes to mind is honestly the community. Like, the people that I work with are amazing, all the way down from Jay at the top to the last guy that only gets to work one stream a week. It's just the energy that is around is always awesome.
It's a perk that you get free access to the games, but I absolutely love it. We have a great culture here, and then I was able to work my way up to a student director position, but I get so much creative freedom. I get to work in arenas and sports and environments that I absolutely love and enjoy.
ACTV has brought so many experiences and memories that I'll take with me to grad school and even beyond. It's been such a blessing to be a part of the team, and everyone's just so welcoming, and I've learned so much directing and using the camera and many other things.
If you do want to get into this stuff, I say do it, and do it quickly with ACTV, because not only is it a great community, but you'll also learn a lot and be prepared for the future.
I think what I'm going to miss most about ACTV that's not the free software that I get as a student.
Encourages all today's participants, both on the field and in the stands, to be loud.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. I'm Mike Prang, joined alongside Dave Van Giesen for today's MIAA baseball matchup between the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Adrian Bulldogs, and the home team on the scoreboard, the Calvin University Knights. Today's game was originally supposed to take place in Grand Rapids at Calvin University. However, there was some snow in the forecast last night that pushed today's game here. We will follow it up with a doubleheader tomorrow where the Bulldogs will be the home team on the scoreboard. As of right now, it is the Knights, and on the mound for Calvin is number 27, Hayden White. Here's the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. First, leading off in center field is number 14, Don Goods, followed by the shortstop, Thomas Miller, third baseman, A.J. Miranda, left fielder, Easton Rogers, first baseman, Aaron Valentine, the designated hitter, Kevin Cardenti, the catcher, Dylan Johnson, batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Gus Weeks, and in right field, number 34, Owen Brown. Maxwell Denny will be on the mound for the Bulldogs.
We're getting ready for the action, the opening of the MIAA season, which is struggling to fight through the inclement weather. Again, this game was scheduled to be in Grand Rapids, but that field not quite ready due to the snow that fell yesterday. So here we are at Nicolay Field for the first game of the year as Don Good steps in, and he's playing center field this afternoon for the Bulldogs, and he's getting ready to look at the first pitch from Hayden White. And it's a bouncing ball to second base, coming in to make the play, and there's one down on the first pitch of the ball game. So that'll bring up Thomas Miller. Miller, the Bulldogs veteran shortstop, coming up here to bat in the number 2 position. Again, many of the players have went to great lengths to keep themselves warm. I don't even know if the third baseman right now can see the batter with the big mask he has on. First pitch to Miller was outside for a ball. Here's the second pitch. That's a pop-up into shallow center field, and it will drop for a base hit. So Thomas Miller has the first hit of the MIAA season. Little pop fly to Center field.
Miller coming into today batting .411 on the year. 23 hits. 4 of them were doubles, 5 triples, and 2 home runs.
He'll be followed by A.J. Miranda, the third baseman this season for the Bulldogs. Thomas Miller has good speed, so they're going to want to watch and keep him close at first. The left-hander delivers, and it's down low for ball 1.
Miranda so far has been the power hitter this year. He's been hitting .333. He's bounced around between third, first, and the designated hitting spot in the lineup, but he's already got 6 home runs this season.
Second pitch is inside for a ball. That'll make it 2-0. Both teams coming in with similar records here as we start the MIAA season. The Bulldogs 8-6, and the Knights just 1 win behind at 7-6. Here's the delivery line wide. It's a drive into right field. That looks like it's going to get down. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And here comes Miller around third. He's going to try and score. And Miranda going for third. He'll get a triple, and the Bulldogs lead it 1-0 on the triple by A.J. Miranda. That was a slicing drive into right field, and they were kind of playing him around to left a little bit, and that allowed him to watch it go all the way to the wall, and the Bulldogs get an early lead. Now batting left fielder number 26, Easton Rogers.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by A.J. Miranda. He had a 2-0 count. He knew the fastball was coming, but with him hitting in the 3-hole, it wasn't going to be inside or down the middle, so he took the outside pitch the other way.
There's a smash, and it's just foul. He's going to play off the fence there. So Bulldogs being aggressive here in the first inning. They are. The only out was a first pitch out, and Miller only saw a couple balls, and so they're taking their hacks right away. Leading off third, and the pitch is in for a strike. That'll make it 0-2.
Looks like a changeup there from White.
Does that end the delivery? It's high for a ball. 1-2. Knights playing deep on the infield early in the ball game. This is a 9-inning affair, and they're fairly deep in the outfield as well. There's a drive. This should get a run in as the left fielder heads back there, and Carson Warners makes the grab, and Miranda walks home, and it's 2-0 Bulldogs. Now batting the first baseman, number 8, Aaron Valentine.
Yeah, early in the game, the job's pretty easy with that runner on third. Just get something in the outfield, hopefully score him, get it deep enough just like Rogers did, and able to put the Bulldogs up 2-0 early.
Again, they were playing Easton pretty deep, so once he hit the ball out there, it was definitely going to be a run for the Bulldogs as Valentine takes a ball outside to start his at-bat. Second pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. So 1-1 to the big Adrian first baseman from Ulysses, Ohio, as he takes another ball. Aaron, a junior this year. I know the Bulldogs are counting on Aaron to be a big part of their batting order and to give them good first base play. That pitch is a ball, and it's now 3-1. Aaron will be looking for something to hit on this one. White goes from the stretch even though there are no runners on. That's a drive speared by the third baseman. Long throw and a nice play by Matt Raymond, who gloved it and took a hit away from Aaron Valentine. But the Bulldogs get 2 in the first. They get 2 runs on a pair of hits. There were no errors and no one left on base. We'll be back with the bottom of the first as the Knights come to bat after we pause for this.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back. Bulldogs lead 2-0 headed into the bottom of the first. Maxwell Denny on the mound for the Bulldogs. He's 1-1 on the season with 5 starts, a 3.52 ERA in 23 innings pitched. Opposing hitters just hitting 190 off of him so far this season.
And the first batter he'll face from Calvin is going to be the center fielder Ryan Peterson. Peterson, a right-hand hitting batter. And he'll step in to lead it off for the Knights. The pitch from Denny. And it's a ball outside.
Peterson this season so far for the Knights. He started in all 13 games for them, batting .370, 46 at-bats, 17 hits with a team-high 12 runs scored, 7 RBIs, go with 5 walks, and he's been hit by a pitch 4 times.
Two 2-0 to start off. Here's the pitch down the middle. A good get me over fastball that time. Make it 2-1. Maxwell Denny burst on the scene for Adrian College as a freshman. He was a dominant pitcher. There's a bouncing ball to third, long throw, and a nice play by Valentine to stretch for that one as Miranda's throw went a little bit inside the line, but an easy out for the Bulldogs. Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Gabe Bonner. Gabe Bonner stepping in. And the first pitch is a ball. But memory serves me, Maxwell Denny as a freshman was like 9-0. And last year, of course, there was the year off. There was no baseball because of COVID-19. And then last year, Maxwell saved his best game for the best time by pitching the Bulldogs to a win in the regional.
Yeah, that was a big one. He struggled all season long, and it was kind of that 6-team regional. You play so many games in 4 or 5 days, and Bulldogs went to the losers bracket kind of early. They lost their second game, and Maxwell Denny got the start, and he just gave it to Wisconsin Whitewater, coming away with a huge win.
So 2-2, the count to Peterson. He has the delivery in
Bonner.
Or Bottomer. Yeah, Peterson is already bounced out and been retired. But the count is now full to Bottomer. So here comes the payoff pitch from Maxwell Denny. It is a ball wide, and he will walk down to first base with the first base on balls of the contest.
It's Bottomer's 5th walk of the season. He came in batting .357 and only 9 appearances with 7 starts.
Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Caden Penn. So they'll bring up Caden Penn. Caden is the Knights' first baseman, a big, tall left-hander. And he's got a big hole now with Bottomer on first. Valentine has to hold him on the bag, and the delivery from Denny, and it's high for a ball. Maxwell kind of struggling to find the strike zone here early in the contest, which can happen on a day this cold because getting a grip on the baseball isn't as easy as it usually is. There's another pitch down low.
We saw that, speaking of the region, we saw that with Gage Ricker last year. That regional game that the Bulldogs lost, they lost 4-0. But it was one of the colder games of the season, and it was in May, and he just couldn't get a grip on the ball to throw his breaking ball over the plate.
That was indeed a cold one. I remember I kept score in my scorebook for 3 innings, and then I couldn't feel my hands anymore, so I gave up.
I stayed inside that game.
That was a wise move, my friend. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled off. That one hit catcher Dylan Johnson, so he's going to take a moment to get his mask back on right. As I recall, you dressed for Memorial Day weekend that weekend.
I did. I didn't.
And
I had so much stuff to do prepping for that and getting ready to travel that I didn't do one of the simplest things and check the weather. And day 1 was all right. It was fine. It was shorts and a polo weather. And day 2, I went out and did the same thing. And it was a little colder that game. And
yeah,
had to take a trip up to Dick's Sporting Goods and buy a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie for what they still had in stock because they were getting ready for their summer wear.
Yeah, exactly. You say you dressed for Memorial Day, but Valentine's Day showed up, so it was kind of not so good.
That was my second month as head SID, so we'll call it a rookie mistake.
Okay, we got a full count to Caden Penn, and this might be a spot where the Knights might want to put a runner in motion. At the 3-2 count, he stays, he swings and fouls it back into the highway. So we'll do it all again at 3-2. Again, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first inning. The Bulldogs picked up 2 in their half of the top of the inning. Again, the Bulldogs are the visiting team today because this game is supposed to be being played in Calvin. And that's strike 3 as a curveball catches the outside corner, and strikeout number 1 for Maxwell Denny. Now batting the catcher, number 23, Rick Padilla. So Rick Padilla, the Knights catcher, will step in. That was a nice pitch by Denny right there. Had a big time with a 3-2 count. Got that breaking ball to just nip the corner and gets his first strikeout. There's a throw over to first, and Bottomer is back easily, although I'm not sure that's Maxwell's good move. It's
not
just
even
kind
close.
of a it's kind of a I have not forgotten you are there, Mr. Bottomer throw over there. So he sets and delivers, pitches high, runner going, the throw, and he is going to be out on a beautiful throw by Dylan Johnson to get the runner. So that's the 3rd out and ends the inning. We'll see Rick Padilla again next to start the 2nd because he'll still be at bat. And for the Knights in the 1st, they get nothing across. And we'll be back with inning number 2 after we pause for this message. You're watching ACTV.
What if you didn't choose to become an Adrian College Bulldog? Surely you would have carried on with your education and could potentially be graduating elsewhere. But what would you have the honor of greeting Bruiser on campus? Would you have had the privilege of working alongside faculty that know your name? Would you have had the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is seeking the truth and dignity in all people? Would you have had a creative learning environment that is supportive of challenging you and achieving excellence in your academics, but also your personal and professional lives? This has been Adrian College's promise to us. Just as our families have promised to love us unconditionally and support us through the many peaks and valleys of our lives, Adrian offered a similar promise to us when they realized our potential by asking us to join them. While we have been busy navigating the many what-ifs of our time, none of which we could have imagined, we have indeed found the cane that holds our ribbons of excellence at Adrian to stand strong. Strength and tradition, a tradition that carries on from graduate.
Welcome back for the top of the second. Bulldogs coming to bat. Kevin Cardenty to lead things off, the designated hitter for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs scratch 2 in the first if you're just joining us on a A.J. Miranda triple, followed by a sacrifice fly from Easton Rogers.
So Hayden White coming out for his second inning of work. Bulldogs touched him for 2 in the first, but the one hit was kind of a blooper to center field that just nobody could get to. As the second pitch to Cardeni is a ball, making it 1-1.
Both pitches outside to Cardeni, and Calvin knows him well, especially last year. We played 4 games in the series, all of them 7 innings. And at one point in the season, Cardeni playing in every game was batting .500 for the year and finished around that .400 mark in 47 games for the Bulldogs.
So the next pitch was a ball, making it 2-1. And there's a bounding smash to the mound, and White gloves it and throws it to first for the out. White had to stretch about as far as he could go to get that one, but now batting the catcher, number 7, Dylan Johnson.
Yeah, nice job by White playing his position, especially with him being a lefty. He falls off to that third base side. He had to adjust and come all the way back.
So Dylan Johnson, the catcher, who made a fine throw to end the bottom of the first, now up to bat, taking a strike on pitch number 1. Again, you can just see as you look out at White, the way his pants are fluttering in the wind. There's a drive that's going to fall in for a base hit. That's a hit there that might have been helped by the fact that it's so cold. Might have hung up on a sunny day, but falls for a hit now. Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Gus Weeks.
Yeah, Weeks getting his second start of the season. He's replacing Andrew Atherton, who's been playing second base on an everyday basis. There's been a slight injury, a little tweak of the wrist for Atherton. The Weeks got the start against Otterbein, hit the ball pretty well, only went 1 for 4, but all 4 plate appearances for some pretty good piece of hitting.
First pitch was a ball. Second delivery is a chopper down to third base, picked up by Raymond. And he will get his man at first and advance the runner to second base. So ground out the third, and that'll bring up the Bulldogs' 9th place hitter, Owen Brown. Now batting the right fielder, number 34, Owen Brown.
Owen Brown has been kind of serving that pinch hitting role. This is only his second start this season. He's played in 7 games, so he's batting .429. So he's 3 for 7 on the year.
That one almost gets away. There's a throw down to second. It hits Johnson in the head. That's the second time today, once at the plate catching, and now at second base that he's taking one off the noggin there. But he seems to be okay. Bulldogs would like to cash in here. You always want to get a runner in scoring position, like to add on runs. There's a pitch that's outside for a ball. That makes it 2-0.
Oh, that pitch didn't miss by too much. However, Padilla, the catcher, was set up inside, and White just missed his spot, forcing the catcher to come all the way out. So it, in the eyes of the umpire, that looks to be a ball.
White taking his time, looking back the runner at second, and it's 3-0. Don Goods in the on-deck circle, hoping that he gets a chance here in the second. And the 3-0 delivery is high and inside, and on 4 pitches, Owen Brown will stroll to first base. Now batting the center fielder, number 14, Don Goods.
Goods, pretty big power hitter for the Bulldogs. He's only got 1 home run this season. It should be 2. But back when the team played Denison, he hit one over the fence and was called out for missing first base. Later that game, though, that was in about the 4th or 5th inning. Later in that game, he homered in the 8th and slowly walked to home plate. Stepped on it, looked at the first base umpire. First base umpire didn't like it. Threw him out of the game. Coach Rainey went out and said, "What do you do?" First base umpire said, "He looked at me." Coach Rainey goes, "Well, I'm looking at you right now, too."
Yeah, I imagine he would be somewhat demonstrative, touching each base on that second home run. Can't blame the young man for that. 1 strike to him. Here's a fly ball to left field, and the wind is getting a hold of this, and it's going to fall in. I tell you, that was a bit misplayed there, and it'll end up being a double. And another run will score for the Bulldogs, but left fielder Carson Warners thought that was much harder hit than it was, and it dropped in between them when the wind got it. Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Thomas Miller. Again, I got to believe it's a difficult day to be playing the outfield between the wind and the snow and the white baseball. Sometimes it could be somewhat hard to locate. Miller swings and hits it off his foot, and this is not a day that you want to do that. So Thomas is going to take a couple moments to walk it off. We used to say in the dugout, when I was a baseball player, it will feel better when it quits hurt. But right now, it does not feel good at all.
When I was in college, I played a game in the snow, and center fielder couldn't see home plate. At one point, we were towards the end of the series, Game 3 versus Wartburg in Iowa. It was the 8th inning, and it just snow starts coming down hard. Balls hit the center field. Center fielder didn't see it until he was 30 feet. The ball was 30 feet in front of him.
Well, I remember playing a game in the snow, but it was football, so it made more sense. Here's the pitch. Wide to Miller, making it 1-1.
That's when you just call it Midwest baseball.
There you go. One delivery is wide for a ball. White does have an empty base here, but if you exercise that option, you've got the bases loaded for A.J. Miranda, which is not a pleasant situation, as Miller takes the strike on the outside corner, make it 2-2. Bulldogs 2 runs on 4 hits. They've made no errors here, and nothing across for the Knights the early going. Bulldogs leading 3-0 here in the top of the second. There's a slicing foul. Be 2-2 again.
Nice job there by Miller just to get a piece on it. But 2 strikes, got to protect the plate, and it wasn't his pitch to really drive or put the barrel on, but got to do something with it.
Kind of see that Thomas, as he was walking back into the box there, is still kind of aching from his foul ball off his foot. That pitch inside, so now it'll be a full count. Bulldogs with runners at second and third, 2 out here in the top of the second. Payoff pitch to Miller is on his way. He gets a defensive swing, but it's a high chopper, and that's going to be a base hit. That ball chopped right over the head of Hayden White, and there was just no way they were going to get the speedy Miller. And Miller gets himself an RBI, and it's 4-0. And there's going to be a meeting at the mound here, because even though he is not getting hit very hard, it's now 4-0. And while they're meeting at the mound, the Bulldogs are going to take a look at Thomas Miller down there at first. As I said, he looked like he was limping a little bit when he hit the foul ball. And then, of course, as always happens when this kind of thing occurs, you hit a little chopper, the one you got to beat out. And so they're going to talk about it a little bit more. But the Bulldogs putting together kind of a big inning here.
A quiet big inning.
Exactly. They dumped one into left. They got a walk, and then the fly ball that just fell in front of the left fielder after he thought it was going farther and took a couple steps back. He couldn't quite get there. And then this chopper that's just bounced over the head of the pitcher and was too far for the shortstop Bonter to get to.
Looks like Miller's going to stay in the game. It's good for the Bulldogs, for the 5th-year senior captain. One thing, though, if you're Hayden White, you got to at least play catch with someone during this.
Well, they were having their conference too, so he didn't really have a catcher till people started walking in. Now batting for the Bulldogs is third baseman number 30, A.J. Miranda.
Oh, the sun's starting to peek out a little bit.
There's a strange orb in the sky. We haven't seen that in a while. But runners at first and third now. The pitch from White, a swing and a miss on the changeup, and Miranda a little bit fooled by that one. So he's down 1 strike. This pitch is high for a ball. That makes it 1-1. Miranda had a triple his first time up. He had a slicing drive into right field. That probably wouldn't be a triple with the right fielder playing where he is now, but he was pulled over towards left field. And strike 2 to Miranda. And he couldn't get to it, and it just rolled into the corner, and he got himself an RBI triple. Here's the delivery, swing and a miss, and Miranda strikes out to end the inning, but the Bulldogs get 2 in the inning. It's them on 3 hits, and they leave a pair. So at the end of an inning and a half, it's Bulldogs 4, Knights 0. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after we pause for this.
Welcome back, bottom of the second. Padilla will lead off the inning after his plate appearance the last inning that ended on a caught stealing. And Maxwell Denny's back on the mound.
Leading off for the Knights in the bottom of the second is catcher number 23, Rick Padilla. Max Denny has been spotted a 4-0 lead here in the early going. Again, remember this season, all the games are 9 innings. So that's kind of a change. Instead of playing 4 games, every team will meet 3 times in league play. As Denny gets the strike, that makes it 2-1. But that changes kind of how you handle your pitching staff, as Padilla dumps the first hit of the ball game for the Knights into left field, and their leadoff man is now aboard. You don't need as many starters per se, but there's 2 extra innings to a game, so you're probably not going to see too many complete games like you used to, like we're used to from the likes of Tommy Parsons and Pierce Banks. And
Pierce Banks had 7 last year. Complete games.
The batter is right fielder number 1, Andrew Hung.
But that goes back to your point on 7-inning games, that it's 1 inning more than just a quality start.
Denny sets and delivers. The pitch is inside for a ball, and it's 1-1.
Wind picking up a little bit, blowing from left to right field, slightly out to right.
Here's the pitch is high for a ball. Denny trying to blow on his hand to keep it warm there. And you allow him to do that on days like this. Here's the pitch. It's a ball. Again, I still think, just in watching Denny pitch there, Mike, that he's having a little trouble getting his good grip on the baseball right now on this inclement weather situation. 3-1 pitch. Inside for a ball, and he walks down to first base.
Yeah, as a pitcher, I always hated pitching in cold days, but what I couldn't do was pitch with long sleeves on. So these cold days, I was always in short sleeves.
Now batting third baseman number 43, Matt Raymond.
Raymond normally wearing 26 on the season, but forgot his jersey today.
So he'll be 43 temporarily, at least for today, as Denny now with runners to check on first and second. Pitch inside for a ball.
Aaron Valentine playing up a bit. Perfect situation to bunt. Runners on first and second early in the game with nobody out.
Raymond will be followed by Bonter and Fortman in the Calvin lineup as Raymond fouls it off. Bulldogs still looking for the first out of the second inning. And that pitch is a ball, making it 2-1. See a couple of the Bulldogs on the other side of the fence throwing. I don't know if they're just trying to stay warm or if one of them is thinking about coming into the game, but there's a foul ball away. Okay, what Raymond did not forget, and this was a good idea on his part, was his full-length mask there. Pitch is outside, make it a full count once again. Be interesting to see if the Knights want to put these runners in motion here on the 3-2 pitch. And it's ball 4 inside. So the Knights are posing a big threat here in the bottom of the second, and we're going to get a trip to the mound. The next hitter is going to be number 6, Nate Bonter. Part of it is to give Max some encouragement and also to set the defense. So the entire infield is involved in the confab. Now batting designated hitter number 6, Nate Bonter. So the left-hand hitting Bonter steps in. He's got the bases loaded, nobody out, and there's a fly ball to right. This will get in at least one run and maybe more. That ball is gone. A grand slam as the wind just carried that right out of the stadium. And we have a tie ball game on one swing of the bat.
Was not expecting that one. It's Bonter's first home run of the season. Moves his team high RBI total up to 17.
Now batting second baseman number 17, J.C. Fonten. Well, as we saw last inning with that ball, that was hit by Goods. That wind is extremely strong, and that one just got it kind of up in the jet stream and just kept going as it's ball 1 to Fonten.
It's the 4th home run allowed by Denny so far this season.
There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Well, like when he first hit it, I thought Brown was going to have a chance at catching that ball, but like I say, it just took off as it got up there, and there's a ball outside. 2-1 to the second baseman of the Knights.
A couple arms getting loose in the Adrian bullpen. One of them, Trip Russo. I believe the other one is Garrett Lucier.
So the 2-2 pitch on the way, high. Again, that's another one you can just tell he just did not have a good grip on that ball. So you can't get the proper spin to have it drop into the strike zone like he wants. Here's the pitch. This is a pop-up over near the stands. Valentine going for it, but that will end up in the picnic pavilion. And we'll have the 3-2 pitch all over again. This is part of the problem for Denny. He's going 3-2. I want to say this is like the third hitter that's had a 3-2 count on him. And so his pitch count is multiplying. Here's the payoff pitch and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So out number 1 is Fonten. Now batting the left fielder, number 9, Carson Warners. So that'll bring up the 9 hitter who is wearing number 9, Carson Warners. Warners another left-hand bat here for the Knights, who have tied the game up. They have 4 runs on 1 hit, and it was a big hit, a grand slam by Nate Bonter. That is correct. It is their second hit. But still, the grand slam was the big hit. 1 ball, 2. Pitch is swung on a miss for strike 2.
I think there, with the way that Warner's kind of stepped out on that inside pitch, I think you got to go inside again here.
Well, tell you, considering the temperature, he struck him out. Wasn't quite inside, but inside right over the plate for strike 3. Now batting the center fielder, number 3, Ryan Peterson. But to your point, Monk, is a cold day like today, throwing inside, getting batters to hit the ball off their hands is a good way to not only get them out, but to take away their aggressiveness at the plate, because it's going to sting on your hands on a day like today. First pitch was a strike from Denny. This one is fouled off. And Denny quickly ahead 0-2. Peterson grounded to Miranda his first time up to start the Knights in inning number 1. That pitch is high, but again, it was aimed at the inside corner of the plate. So Denny, again, trying to make that the place where he's working. And there's a foul ball to keep the at-bat alive. And there's strike 3 on the inside corner. So after the grand slam, Denny comes back and strikes out the side, but the Knights get 4 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and no one left on base after 2 complete innings of play. Our score from Nicolay Field is Adrian 4 and Calvin 4.
What if you didn't choose to become an Adrian College Bulldog? Surely you would have carried on with your education and could potentially be graduating elsewhere. But what would you have the honor of greeting Bruiser on campus? Would you have had the privilege of working alongside faculty that know your name? Would you have had the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is seeking the truth and dignity in all people? Would you have had a creative learning environment that is supportive of challenging you and achieving excellence in your academics, but also your personal and professional lives? This has been Adrian College's promise to us. Just as our families have promised to love us unconditionally and support us through the many peaks and valleys of our lives, Adrian offered a similar promise to us when they realized our potential by asking us to join them. While we have been busy navigating the many what-ifs of our time, none of which we could have imagined.
Welcome back, top of the 3rd inning. Tie game 4-4 after the Calvin grand slam in the bottom half of the 2nd. To respond to the 2 from the Bulldogs on the 1st and the 2 from the Bulldogs in the top of the 2nd. Easton Rogers leading off here in the 3rd.
Now batting the left fielder, number 26, Easton Rogers. So, brand new game. There's a bounding smash at 3rd. That is Ryan Peterson throwing it across the diamond, and he gets his man for out number 1. So Rogers' first ball hitting is the first out for the Bulldogs here in the 3rd. Now batting the first baseman, number 8, Aaron Valentine. I was just thinking that we got a new ball game here, and so we are actually getting a 7-inning ball game, because that's what we got left, playing 9. New life for Hayden White here. Here's the pitch for a strike to start off Valentine. You know, White has given up 4 runs, but as we said, it hasn't been, he's been more effective than that. Here's the pitch. That one's on the outside corner for a ball.
The Bulldogs received a little bit of a gift with that ball, the left field last inning, that resulted in 2. Coach Van Dyne of the Knights wasn't too happy with the left fielder Warners.
Well, again, I think the Knights probably got a bit of a gift too with the home run, because there are a lot of days when that would not be a home run, but the wind just got that one and away it went. As the next pitch is a strike to Valentine, 2-2. It was still a well-hit ball. It was going to be a hit, but I think it would have stayed in the ballpark on most days here at Nicolay Field. That pitch is outside, so full count once again. Both pitchers getting to a lot of full counts. Valentine, the payoff pitch, and it is outside for a ball. And Aaron will walk down to first base. And that'll bring up designated hitter Kevin Cardenty. Now batting, designated hitter number 9, Kevin Cardenty.
Hayden White already at 47 pitches so far this game. 26 of them are strikes.
So Cardenty now at the plate. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Cardenty hit a chopper back to the mound that Hayden White elevated and speared to start the second inning. Here's a throw over to first. Valentine easily back. Aaron really had not even started to get his lead when that throw came over, so it was easy to change directions and be back in time. One strike to Cardeni. And now there's a stare down game between White and Valentine, and there's a smash off the fence, which will roll all the way out to right field. So we'll have a brief delay while we retrieve that one. Cardeni now quickly down 0-2. And the delivery is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, if you take a look at the infielder's pants, as there's a drive up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit. So Cardeni, a nice piece of hitting there. Takes the 1-2 pitch right up the middle. And the Bulldogs got a rally going here in the third. They got runners at second and first, and only 1 down. Now batting the catcher, number 7, Dylan Johnson. I was about to say that if you take a good look at the infielders, every so often you can just see where there's a gust of wind and their pants are just fluttering in the air, which kind of tells you why playing these fly balls is so difficult today. So the pitch to Johnson. He hits a bounding smash. Nice play at short. They'll get 1. The relay will not be in time, as shortstop Bonter made a nice play going to his right, because they were kind of playing up the middle in hopes of a double play ball. And there are now 2 outs for Gus Weeks. Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Gus Weeks. So a fielder's choice puts runners at first and third. Aaron Valentine 90 feet closer to home base and breaking this tie. But he's going to need a base hit for Weeks here with 2 outs. White being very deliberate, and that pitch is outside. Valentine took a couple steps and hopes that was going to get away. Tell you, Mike, think back to last year in the magical season the Bulldogs had. 2-out hits was so crucial all season long for the Bulldogs, and they're trying to get some of that magic going right here. This pitch is outside, so it's quickly 2-0 to Gus Weeks.
Well, and we saw with 2-out hits in one game in particular against Trine, where we had a 13-run inning, all with 2 outs.
And the pitch is inside for a strike. That, of course, started by one of our famous sun in the first baseman eyes doubles, I would call.
I think was it a double or a triple, something like that.
You know,
on a swinging bunt.
Here's the pitch. It's fouled off. I think he, as I remember it, and I could be wrong, but I think he made it to third, but we gave him a double because there were multiple throws to other bases, so he kind of snuck down there to third while that was all going on.
All I remember was that half inning took 35 minutes.
Here's the pitch down low. That's off the shin guard of Padilla, and that will allow Dylan Johnson to advance. So credit that a wild pitch. It's now 3-2. Our favorite count here today. Base open now at first base, as the runners have advanced to second and third. Here's the payoff pitch, a swing and a foul, back out of play. And we'll do it all again here. Gus Weeks, a freshman from Farmington Hills, getting the start today at second base, as Andrew Matherton has a bit of an injury, we're told. So we'll see if Gus can come through in this situation. He takes ball 4 and walks down to first base, and now the Bulldogs have him loaded. And Owen Brown, the right fielder, will step up. Now batting the right fielder, number 34, Owen Brown. So bases loaded with Bulldogs. They're itching to come home here in the top of the third. Bulldogs had a 4-0 lead, and a grand slam by the Knights has tied it. And that's how we got here to this situation in the top of the third. Ball 1 to Owen Brown. There's ball 2, 2-0. So the count swings in Owen's favor here.
Big gap in right center and down the left field line. Right fielder playing a little bit over towards the right field line. Ryan Peterson in center playing straight up.
2-0 delivery outside for ball 3, and Caden White's went about as far as he can go here with Owen Brown. Another ball, and the tie will be broken. Here's the pitch, right down Broadway for strike 1. Don Goods on the on-deck circle. He's hoping to get a chance to bat here in the third. 3-1 pitch upcoming, and the delivery. It is swung on, and look out down there. That one almost picked off Kevin Cardeni. Kevin goes back to the dugout. He's going to stand behind that fence now.
Happened in our last home game, too. Almost took out one of our athletic trainers in there.
Well, that's the thing about Nicolay Field. You are so close to the action. Sometimes a little too close. So, full count, 2 out. Runners will be running. And the delivery, there they go. And this is another foul. So, they'll trudge on back. This situation, the infielders all remind themselves they have to go to first, as the runners will be at their next base by the time the batter hits it. So here they go, and there's a drive to second base. Coming over for it and dropped, and it goes out into right field. This will get a run in, and actually 2 runs will come in. So Fonten not able to come up with the bouncer by Brown, and the Bulldogs have retaken the lead at 6-4.
Yeah, it's going to go as an error to Fonten. bringing in a pair of runs.
Now batting center fielder number 14, Don Goods. So Goods getting a chance here. New life, as it were, for the Bulldogs. There's a strike. So now the Bulldogs have runners at first and third. Brown wants pretty well there at first base. And the pitch is outside for a ball, blocked nicely by Padilla. He made sure that he kept the runner Weeks at third base. And the delivery, a smash down the line. First base coach down there gave it a wave, then realized when he took his hand out of his pocket that he's freezing and put it right back in. Smart move. Not a day you want to be fielding too many ground balls with your bare hands.
Not at all.
So Goods waiting on the 1-2 pitch and the delivery, and that's going to hit him. He had no chance to get out of the way of that one. And the bases are once again loaded for the Bulldogs.
Gonna have a pinch hitter here. It looks like Thomas Miller is going to exit the game with that foul ball he took off his foot. We're going to see number 17, Ryan Davis, check in.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now pinch batting for the Bulldogs is number 17, Ryan Davis. Davis in place of Thomas Miller. So, again, I think that ball he took off his foot in his last at bat is kind of swollen up as it goes here on this cold afternoon at Nicolay Field. So we're going to get the pinch batter. And Ryan Davis, a freshman from Hebron, Ohio, will step in. And we'll see if he ends up at shortstop after his at bat. And that pitch is right down the middle for strike 2. So Hayden White went right after him and is quickly ahead 0-2. And a Bulldog at every base here in the third. The Bulldogs back up by 2. Here's a pop-up, and this is going out kind of in no man's land, and it's going to fall just foul. Nice play there by a member of the Knights bullpen, but he is not in play, so that doesn't do him a lot of good. Oh, 2 pitch again on the way, and there's a drive out into right field. This is going to be converged on and caught by the left fielder, who at the last second, that was Carson Warner's, this time going to his left, cut right in front of the center fielder, Peterson, and fortunately for the Knights, they avoided collision, and the inning is over. But the Bulldogs get 2 runs. They do so on 1 hit. There was 1 Calvin error, and the Bulldogs leave 3 on base.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful.
Okay, we move to the bottom of the third. We've got Ryan Davis staying in the ball game, and he is going to play second base. They're going to move Gus Weeks from second to short as Miller is out of the ball game on this blustery afternoon at Nicolay Field. First pitch from Denny is down low for a ball. Second pitch is sliced, and as so often happens, it's lined right to Ryan Davis, who makes the catch on his very first play at second base. Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Caden Penn. Pitch is inside for a ball. Penn struck out his first time. Here's the pitch, and this is a pop foul. Out of play, making it 1-1. Okay, this is a big inning for Denny here. Mike, Bulldogs got him a lead. They surrendered it, and now they got him a lead again. And you want to come out here and try and keep the Knights from coming back. Here's the pitch, fouled away into the net down the third base line.
Yeah, I think retaking that lead helps sit down the bullpen because no one's working down there anymore.
Yeah. The other thing is, at least here for the first two batters, Denny's come right at him. There's the pitch. That one fouled off, and that one hit the toe of Mr. Penn, and that did not feel good either, but don't think as much of the ball got him as it did with Thomas Miller. Here's another pitch that's sliced foul back into the net. And net currently is saving a lot of lives and retrieving a lot of baseballs. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just missed outside. Maxwell wanted that one, you could tell.
Thought he had it too.
So now, once again, a 3-2 serve on its way, and it is driven into right center field, up the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, and Penn's going to stop at second base with a two-base hit. There's one of those artificial turf two-base hits.
I thought he even could have had third on that.
Now batting the catcher, number 23, Rick Padilla. What I mean by that is, on a grass field, the outfielders might have been able to get over there and cut that off, but on this carpet, it just is going to roll and roll and roll, and you're going to pick it up after it hits the fence. There's a strike, a nice curveball dropped in by Denny. It's the pitch he really wants to get over more, and he did so there. So one strike to Padilla. And he hits it right back to Maxwell, who freezes the runner at second, gets him to dive back in, and then throws to Valentine for the out. And there are two away.
Yeah, nice job there, looking Penn back at second to keep him there, and was kind of inching further off, but wasn't able to make a move.
The batter is right fielder number 1, Andrew Hung.
But one thing Denny needs to do is take his time, step and throw over to first. Valentine had picked that ball and could make things a little interesting.
So 2 away. Time right at the plate here, and it's off the catcher's mitt on a foul ball. So our umpire walks the ball out to Mr. Denny here. And umpires and catchers kind of try to take care of themselves there. Anytime one of them gets hit with the ball, the other goes and takes some time to let them get readjusted. Strike one is lined to center by Hung. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes the runner home and the throw to the plate, and he is going to be out. So a beautiful throw by Goods. He nails him at the plate, and the Bulldogs starve off a Calvin rally. So the Knights in inning number 3, they get no runs on 2 hits. They end with 1 man left, and there were no Bulldog errors. So after 3 complete here at Nicolay Field, our score, the Bulldogs 6 and the Knights 4. We'll be back on ACTV after we pause for this. Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top half of the 4th inning, third baseman number 30, A.J. Miranda. So we go to the 4th. Bulldogs have got 2 runs in every inning so far, and they lead it 6-4 as we start the 4th inning. Here's the pitch on the way and fouled. This one over the head of on-deck batter Easton Rogers. The sun has left us, Michael, but not the snow. Here's the pitch. There's a liner off the glove of the third baseman, Matt Raymond. He had full extension, and it's going to be a 2-base hit as the shortstop had to run it down there by the break in the fence. And a good start for the Bulldogs here in the 4th inning with a double. Now batting, left fielder number 26, Easton Rogers.
Yeah, good effort from Raymond over at third and putting it all out there, diving just a little bit too far out of the reach.
Here's a drive, and this is going to be right at the right fielder. Nice play out there. You could tell that he was battling the ball, but hung with it, as it were, and caught it for out number 1. And no advance by A.J. Miranda on that line drive. Now batting, the first baseman, number 8, Aaron Valentine. So Valentine steps in. He's had a walk in 2 appearances today. The time it was a bouncer to third, and he takes a big cut and misses for strike 1. Valentine has good power, especially to left field as he takes a ball. And he's hoping to take advantage of that here. Pitch inside. That's going to be a wild one, and it will be easy for Miranda to walk down to third base. That one almost hit Miranda, or Valentine, rather. And it's now 2-1 to the big free swinging first baseman of the Bulldogs. Pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 3-1.
Yeah.
3-1 delivery on the way, and there's a drive to right. This should get a run in. Hung goes way back. He outstretches his glove and makes the catch, but that will allow Miranda to trot home easily, and the Bulldogs increase their advantage to now 7-4. Now batting designated hitter number 9, Kevin Cardenty. So Cardenty will start the inning over here as the bases are now clear, and the first pitch to Kevin is a ball.
I think you can just push that clear button and it gets rid of the balls and strikes.
Strike on the outside corner. Kevin Cardeni came in this afternoon batting .231 for the Bulldogs. Pitch is low for a ball. He has bounced to the mound and got a single today. So he's 1 for 2, and the delivery on the 2-1 pitch is bounced to short and across the diamond, and the inning for the Bulldogs is over. But the Bulldogs managed to scratch out a run on the leadoff double by A.J. Miranda and sacrifice fly by Aaron Valentine. So they get 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and there were no runners left on base. At the end of 3.5, the Bulldogs lead it 7-4 over the Calvin Knights.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
Baseman number 43, Matt Raymond. Bottom of the 4th inning on tap here at Nicolay Field. The batter for Calvin is Matt Raymond, their third baseman, and he fouls the first pitch straight back, and it's a strike count to Raymond. Here's the pitch. Maxwell Denny unable to get his glove down. The diving shortstop Gus Weeks can't get it either, and it finds its way out into center field. Now batting designated hitter number 6, Nate Bonter. So Nate Bonter comes up, and he has been the offense today for the Calvin Knights with his grand slam homer. Here's the pitch and strike. That was back in the 2nd inning. He had a line shot to right field, and the wind kind of helped it get some elevation, and out of the ballpark it went. He takes the second pitch for a strike down the middle, and starting to see Max Denny get his curveball over a little bit more, which is a welcome sight for the Bulldog coaching staff. There's another drive out to right field. This one not hit as well, and that'll be easily gloved out there by Owen Brown. So one out, and the batter will be second baseman J.C. Fonten. Now batting the second baseman, number 17, J.C. Fonten. Fonten struck out his first time up. Runner at first. There he goes, and the throw down to second base, and he is going to be out. Nice play there by Bulldog catcher Dylan Johnson. That's his second thrown out runner of the afternoon. And there are quickly 2 outs and 1 strike to our batter Fonten. There's a pitch, and that is hit out into the Calvin bullpen.
One of the things with Johnson throwing 2 guys out early in the series is you might not see many stolen bases, even attempts, this whole weekend from Calvin.
And there's strike 3 as he hits the outside corner. So the leadoff hit does not hurt the Bulldogs, and Denny really benefits from that throw out at second base to get a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 4th. And there was 1 hit by Calvin, but he was erased on the caught stealing. So after 4 innings of play, our score remains Adrian 7 and Calvin 4.
Adrian College has once again found itself on the 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best College Rankings. This is the 8th straight year that Adrian has been named to the top regional colleges Midwest section. Adrian College was also named the most innovative school in the regional colleges Midwest category. In addition, Adrian received accolades in Best Value in undergraduate teaching within regional colleges Midwest. Adrian College was also named in the top first-year experiences by U.S. News & World Report. This marks the 13th consecutive year that Adrian has appeared in U.S. News & World Report. Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top of the 5th inning is catcher number 7, Dylan Johnson. Also now playing left field for Calvin, number 2, Nate Mason.
Pitching change as well. Number 46, Matt Reynolds on the mound for the Knights.
So here we go. Matt Reynolds, his first pitch, and he plunks Mr. Johnson. Also, ladies and gentlemen, pitching now for Calvin is number 46, Matt Reynolds. Reynolds in place of Hayden White. Now batting for the Bulldogs is shortstop number 2, Gus Weeks. So, several changes here. New left fielder, a new pitcher. And the first batter is hit. Johnson down at first, and Weeks is now the batter. Gus Weeks batting .333 coming into today's game, but this is only his 6th game of the season. So he's had a limited sample. But he's getting his opportunity now with the injury to Miller today to play some shortstop. Takes the second pitch for a strike, and it is 1-1. Here's the pitch that is wide for ball 2. Again, I'm not sure. Several explanations for the first pitch hitting. There's a bounding ball. This could be 2. Relay and over to first, double play. And just like that, the Bulldogs have 2 outs and no runners aboard. The 0-4-6-3 double play. And that'll bring up Owen Brown, the right fielder. And Owen came in batting .429, but he too has a limited sample size. It's just his 7th game. And coming into the game, he had 7 at-bats. So he's been on with a walk and was safe on an error. A big error back in the 3rd inning, because that is the difference in the ball game. Well, not quite, because the Bulldogs did get a run the other inning, but that gave the Bulldogs the lead back at the time. Here's the pitch to Brown, and he swings and misses for strike 2.
Reynolds this year 1-1 on the year with a 4.82 ERA and 9 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 5 runs, all of them earned, with 9 strikeouts. Makes that 10 as Owen Brown goes down looking. And that'll do it for the top of the 5th. Bulldogs leading 7-4. Looks like Maxwell Denny is back out on the mound for Adrian. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 5th.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent.
Leading off for Calvin in the bottom half of the 5th inning is a left. Who's this guy?
Number 2.
2.
Left fielder.
Is left fielder number 2, Nate Mason.
Mason will lead off here, the bottom of the 5th. Denny's first pitch fastball, inside corner, called for strike 1. Denny so far 73 pitches. I think that's 74 with 46 of them strikes.
That one was fouled away. And I'm sure that with a 3-run lead, Max was determined to come out here for at least the 5th inning so that he could qualify for a win should he get the Knights out and the Bulldogs maintain this lead. You don't make friends with pitchers when you take them out in the 4th inning with a lead. And that is a strike 3 called as it busts over the plate, and that's a strikeout for Mr. Denny. And Mason will return to the dugout. Now batting the center fielder number 3, Ryan Peterson. Ryan Peterson, he's 0 for 2 this afternoon. He bounced to 3rd to start there as the first batter for the Knights. I keep wanting to say to start the ball game, but the Knights are the home team in this game because this game was originally scheduled to be at Calvin, and then he struck out in the second inning. But it has become the first game of a big homestand here at Nicolay Field. The Bulldogs host the Knights again tomorrow in a doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock as the next pitch is high. That will complete the 3-game set with Calvin. Then on on Sunday, the College of Worcester will be in town for a single game starting at 1. As that pitch floats across the plate for strike one. It's now 3-1 to Peterson. And then Tuesday, as he pops it up out of play. Tuesday, the Bulldogs will be home once again as they'll be hosting the Trine University Thunder. And that's kind of an oddity, a new part of the schedule this year in which Trine and Adrian, as he gets strike 3 on the inside corner, and Denny comes back from 3-0 to get him on a called strike. Now batting shortstop number 7, Gabe Bonner.
Yeah, it's Peterson's second strikeout look in a row for him.
And there's the pitch. That's on the inside corner. So Denny seems to have found the spot he likes there on that inside corner to the right-hand hitters. And now he goes back outside for a ball. But talking about Trine, they are considered Adrian's travel partner this year. So they are playing their series on Tuesdays throughout the season, as opposed to a weekend series like we usually see and the one we're having with Calvin. And also, series after that next weekend is going to be with Hope, and the first game of that series will be here at Adrian as well. As Bonner takes a strike, or swings at a strike, I should say, and it's 2-2. Bonner pops up. That's going to be out in the rugby field. Very successful first season of rugby here at Adrian College this year. Men's team went all the way to the national championship game and finished national runner-up.
Is already 4-1 to start their spring season.
And there's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Denny comes in the 5th and makes quick work of the Knights, striking out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left after the end of 5. It's Bulldogs 7 and Knights 4. We'll be back on the ACTV.
Top of the 6 here from Nicolay Field. Don Goods will lead it off for the Bulldogs. A 7-4 lead, 7 runs on 7 hits with no errors for Adrian, 4 runs on 5 hits with an error for Calvin.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top half of the 6th inning is center fielder number 14, Don Goods. First pitch is a strike as Matt Reynolds goes to his 2nd inning of work. He did not start off His first pitch hit a batter, but then he quickly got a double play and then struck out Owen Brown to end the inning. So he put up the first goose egg of the day on the Bulldogs scoreboard, getting through the inning. Well, 1, 2, 3 as it turned out. One pitch on the way, and that one also hit him. Goods gets hit on the elbow, and so once again the Bulldogs have the leadoff runner on base via the hit by pitch, and that'll bring up our second baseman, Ryan Davis. Now batting the second baseman, number 17, Ryan Davis. So Don Goods, who has good speed at first base, and there he goes. It's a breaking ball, and it's going to bounce in, and a stolen base for Goods. And the pitch was a strike. But the stolen base advances Goods down to scoring position. And Ryan Davis now with a chance to drive him in. A.J. Miranda on deck. Davis, you recall, entered the ball game as a pinch batter back in the third after Thomas Miller left the game with 2 hits, but he had hit himself with a foul ball off his foot. And a decision was made to give him the rest of the afternoon off. Ryan Davis has 20 at-bats now, 5 hits, and was coming into the game batting .263 for the Bulldogs. Reynolds comes to the set. They square to bunt and pull it back, and it's a ball, making it 1-1. The 1-1 delivery from Reynolds is over the plate and chopped foul. Again, over towards the rugby field. Davis just a little bit behind that one. And now he'll have to fight off a 1-2 pitch. Goods getting a pretty decent lead at second base. He's looking to score on a base hit. And there's the pitch down low for ball 2. 2-2 the count to the Bulldogs second baseman. A.J. Miranda on deck for the Bulldogs as the Bulldogs will have hitters 2, 3, and 4 coming up this inning. There's a pop-up, and it's going to be out into shallow center field, and it'll be caught by Peterson for the out. That was somewhat of an easy out, but yet still had about 4 guys calling for it because it originally looked like it was hard to determine where that ball was going to land. Ladies and gentlemen, the batter is third baseman number 30, A.J. Miranda. Miranda has a triple. He's got a double. He is looking for a home run and a single to hit the cycle this afternoon. And right now he'll settle for anything as the pickoff goes to the second baseman playing deep on the infield. Probably not an effective way to get a pickoff unless the runner is completely in a daze, which Goods was not. There's a pitch, a nice breaking ball, busts over the outside corner for the strike that time. That was a nice take by Miranda because he was not really going to handle that one. And with no strikes on him at the time, he can afford to be a little more selective. There's a ball down the dirt. And that'll make it 2-1 to AJ. AJ came into the game batting .333, and of course he has not hurt himself with a 2-for-3 effort so far today. And there's a pitch, breaks over the plate. There's a fly ball, and this is going to get that wind again, and this one blows over the head of Hung out there in right field, and that will get another run in as another triple. So triple number 2 for Miranda. And again, we see, as has happened so many times this afternoon, a ball that didn't originally look like it was going to be much trouble ends up being big trouble and getting a run in. Now batting the left fielder, number 26, Easton Rogers.
Yeah, that wind start of the game, moving from left to right. Now it's blowing just straight out to right. That's a hit for Adrian.
Like I say, when that ball was first hit, Hunk thought he was going to come in and catch that. And then he realized that this is taking off and going to bounce into the corner. So the Bulldogs get another run. This pitch inside, and it hit another batter. So Reynolds is trying to establish the inside corner of the plate, which he's done fairly well, but at his peril because that's his third hit batter. Now batting the first baseman, number 8, Aaron Valentine. So now the Bulldogs have runners at first and third with 1 out. They lead by 4 at 8-4. Speed on the base pass. There goes Miranda. He is going to check in with a stolen base. And they're now at second and third. Best part about that was the pitch was a ball, and so Valentine quickly ahead of the count 1-0. Kevin Cardeni standing on deck for the Bulldogs as they try to add to their advantage here in the top of the 6th. And Reynolds pitches high for a ball. Again, I think you're seeing a lot of those curve balls ending up high just because of the difficulties in clutching the ball on such a cold day. Here is Valentine waiting at the plate, and outside it goes. 3-0. And I would not be surprised if he just does not mess with Valentine here and fills up the open base to set up a double play here with Cardeni waiting on deck. And there's the pitch. It is a get-me-over strike. It's 3-1. But the last thing that Reynolds wants to do is put one in the wheelhouse of Aaron Valentine. And, oh, there's a nice fastball right over the outside corner. And he's battled back to 3-2. So now he's got to be aggressive and go after him. And the payoff pitch is lined into right field. This is going to be caught, should get a run in. Hung with the throw. He's going to throw it to third. That'll make it easy to score. And Easton Rogers will chug into third easily. And so give the Bulldogs another run on a sacrifice fly. That's twice now that Aaron Valentine has delivered sacrifice flies in this ball game to pick up a pair of RBIs. And our next batter will be Kevin Cardeni. Now batting the designated hitter, number 9, Kevin Cardenty. So it's now 9-4. Bulldogs just chipping away at the Knights this afternoon, 2 runs at a time. Here's the pitch, and that's hung over the outside corner for strike 1 to Cardeni. Cardeni has a single in 3 trips this afternoon as the Bulldog designated hitter. And there's a drive that gets everyone's attention over there in the Calvin dugout. As it kind of went past, it wasn't in the dugout, it went past the dugout, but it was going at a high rate of speed when it was getting over there. And so it's quickly an 0-2 count to Cardenty. Reynolds comes to the set and delivers curveball inside. And that came dangerously close to being hit batsman number 4. But Cardeni able to duck out of the way just in time. One-two pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and Cardeni tipped it, but it was caught by Padilla, and he is out number 3. But the Bulldogs score twice here in the top half of the 6th. They get 2 runs on just 1 hit, and they leave a runner at third base. So after 5.5, our score, Bulldogs 9 and Knights 4, and we'll be back after this on ACTV. Leading off for Calvin in the bottom half of the 6th inning, first baseman number 20, Caden Penn. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Maxwell Denny still toiling out there on the mound for the Bulldogs. His first pitch bounces into home plate to Calvin leadoff man, Caden Penn. Penn in the number 3 batting position for Calvin this afternoon as Denny goes through the heart of the Calvin order. And here's a fly ball that is going to be caught out there in left field as Easton Rogers waited for that one. You know, he's, like I say, seen enough of the wind this afternoon to kind of wait to make sure somebody's under it. Now batting the catcher, number 23, Rick Padilla. And the first pitch to Padilla is another fly ball. This one's hit a little better. Rogers going back, and he will make the catch. So Padilla hit that ball well, but for all the balls that have been helped by the wind in right field, that one kind of got knocked down in left, and there are 2 out. Now batting the right fielder, number 1, Andrew Hung. So Hung will come to the plate, and he'll watch a ball go wide outside for ball 1. For the Bulldogs, 9 runs on 8 hits. They've made no errors. And for Calvin, as the pitch is driven once again out to the outfield, and this one is going to be run down by Don Good. So the Bulldogs, Max Denny keeping the ball in the ballpark and getting him 1, 2, 3 with a couple of fly balls to left and now 1 to center field. So nothing across for Calvin in the 6th, and we'll go to the 7th inning. Our score once again is Bulldogs 9 and Calvin 4.
Adrian College has once again found itself on the 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best College Rankings. This is the 8th straight year that Adrian has been named to the top regional colleges Midwest section. Adrian College was also named the most innovative school in the regional colleges Midwest category. In addition, Adrian received accolades in Best Value in undergraduate teaching within regional colleges Midwest. Adrian College was also named in the top first-year experiences by U.S. News & World Report. This marks the 13th consecutive year that Adrian has appeared in U.S. News & World Report. To see the full rankings, visit their website. For more information on Adrian College, visit adrian.edu. TV broadcast during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top half of the 7th is catcher number 7, Dylan Johnson. Back here for inning number 7. Dylan Johnson, the catcher, smashes one to third base, and across to the diamond it goes, and that's out number 1 as Johnson is the first out of inning number 7, and I'll bring up Gus Weeks. Now batting the shortstop number 2, Gus Weeks. Weeks hit the ball hard his last time up, but unfortunately it was right at the second baseman and led to a double play. And that's his only at bat here against Reynolds. 1-1 the count now to the freshman shortstop for the Bulldogs. Here's the smash down the line in left for a foul ball, and that'll make its way out to the left fielder Nate Mason, so he'll have to retrieve it before we can play again. Weeks started the game at second base this afternoon, but moved to short after Thomas Miller was removed due to injury, and that one didn't quite make it the prescribed 60 feet 6 inches. More like 49 feet 6 inches. 2-2 delivery to the Weeks, and we got a check swing, and the umpire says he went, and so that will be strike 3. A little bit of a delay there. Make sure he had a full swing, and he did, so that's out number 2. Now batting the right fielder, number 34, Owen Brown. So that leaves it up to Owen Brown. Brown has walked, been safe on an error, and struck out this afternoon. Here's a high chopper to second base. Fortman across the diamond, and the Bulldogs go 1, 2, 3. So nothing across for Adrian in the top of the 7th. We'll take a 7th-inning stretch here at Nicolay Field and be back for the conclusion of this ball game after we pause for this.
I'd like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Leading off for the Knights in the bottom half of the 7th is the third baseman, number 43, Matt Raymond. Well, we've got a new pitcher here for the Bulldogs as Trip Russo comes in to take over for Maxwell Denny. This is Tripp's 6th appearance. He's 1-0. And he is taking over for Denny, who had a quality start here this afternoon for the Bulldogs. Really, only one pitch really hurt him, and that was the grand slam. He'd walked a couple batters that inning, and that cost him. But other than that, he had a pretty good opening outing here against Calvin and has put the Bulldogs in a position to win this game and pick up a win for himself with a 9-4 lead as he hands it over to Russo. Here's the pitch to Raymond, and it is popped back. The catcher may have room. Did he? This is the one part of the ballpark we can't see, and it is caught by Dylan Johnson. So good start for Trip Russo, getting the foul pop for the lead out. Now batting designated hitter number 6, Nate Bonter. So Nate Bonter steps in. He's the man with the grand slam. He's provided all 4 RBIs for the 4 runs for Calvin this afternoon. That was back in the 2nd inning. And Russo now facing the left-hander, bouncing ball smash. And it's going to be picked off by Davis, and he'll throw him out for out number 2. Oh, nice play by Ryan Davis. Now batting the second baseman, number 17, J.C. Fonten. So Fonten, who I'm sure is glad to see Denny is retired for the afternoon, as there's a strike by Russo. You got Fonten swinging and looking in his first 2 at-bats. So here's the pitch. There's a drive. This is stuck to goods, and he is going to have to take it on a hop. So the first hit of the afternoon for Fonten. Now batting left fielder number 2, Nate Mason. Here's the pitch from Russo. This one's hit to center field, and it's going to get up the gap, and this could score a run. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Picked up by Easton Rogers, and he gets it in, but not until Fonten crosses the plate. And just like that, the Knights have struck for a run after 2 were out. Now batting center fielder number 3, Ryan Peterson. So after getting 2 quick outs, the bottom of the Knights order comes through with a couple of hits off Russo. Here's the pitch, bounding ball, shortstop, Weeks over, throws over to first, and the inning is over. So minimal damage for Russo and the Bulldogs in the 7th. The Knights get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 was left on base. At the end of 7 complete innings of play, our score, the Bulldogs 9 and Calvin 5.
Adrian College has once again found itself on the 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best College Rankings. This is the 8th straight year that Adrian has been named to the top regional colleges Midwest section. Adrian College was also named the most innovative school in the Regional Colleges Midwest category. In addition, Adrian received accolades in Best Value in undergraduate teaching within Regional Colleges Midwest. Adrian College was also named in the top first-year experiences by U.S. News & World Report. This marks the 13th consecutive year that Adrian has appeared in U.S. News & World Report. To see the full rankings, visit their website. For more information on Adrian College, visit adrian.edu.
We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top half of the 8th inning is the number 14 center fielder Don Goods. Well, we've got a new pitcher, Michael. His name is Braden Schoonbeck. He's replacing Matt Reynolds after 3 innings of work. Reynolds gave up a pair of runs, but in the 6th, but that was sandwiched around 1, 2, 3 innings. So good effort by Reynolds this afternoon for Calvin. Now Schoonbeck, a tall, lanky right-hander. Throws a ball to Goods.
Schoonbeck's on for the 6th time this year, 0-0 record with a 6.43 ERA. 7 innings pitched, he's given up 5 runs on 5 hits with 4 walks and 6 strikeouts.
And that's ball 4. So Schoonbeck walks the Bulldogs leadoff hitter, both in the order and in this inning. And he'll now face the freshman second baseman, Ryan Davis. Now batting second baseman, number 17, Ryan Davis. There's the pitch, a swing and a miss, and Goods swipes second base. That's the second time that Goods has went on the first movement, the first pitch. He's been down at first base, and he's stolen it both times. So Davis now standing in. He took the strike for the team there. And now Schoonbeck delivers, and he shows bunt but doesn't offer. And it's 1-1. Schoonbeck has kind of a unique delivery. Crouches down when he comes to the set. And this one's right at him, and it ends up being a strike. I'm not sure if that was a called strike or if it was considered a swinging strike because Davis was busy trying to get out of the way. I don't know if he pulled the bat back or not. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's way outside, and a nice stop by Padilla. Moving to his right and scooping it off his knees. 2-2 the count now to Davis. And the delivery, swing and a miss. He gets him on strikes. So the first strikeout for Schoonbeck. And that'll bring up A.J. Miranda. Now batting third baseman, number 30, A.J. Miranda. Miranda's had a big day for the Bulldogs. A pair of triples and a double in 4 trips. Here's the pitch, and that's on the outside corner for a ball. Miranda waiting at the plate, and he drives it right up the middle. That's a base hit. Going into center field is Peterson. He's going to try and throw it home. It's going to be, well, it was attempted to be cut off, but the first baseman, Penn, could not quite handle it, and Miranda has himself another RBI and another base hit. So if he can get up one more time, he might want to go for that home run in the cycle. You don't see that very often.
Miranda 4 for 5 on the day with 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored.
Easton Rogers will step in now. That run makes it 10-5, so the Bulldogs get their run back. Now batting is left fielder number 26, Easton Rogers. Moving back. Curveball is high. And that is ball number 1 to Easton Rogers. There's a smash right at the shortstop. He can't handle it right away, and that will not cost him as he bounces the throw in and gets the double play. So a nice job there by the Calvin shortstop, Bonter, as he kept the ball in front of him, took his time, stepped on the bag, and made the play. But the Bulldogs get one on one hit. They end up leaving no one. And at the end of 7.5, the Bulldogs are up by 5 at 10-5.
Adrian College has once again found itself on the 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best College Rankings. This is the 8th straight year that Adrian has been named to the top regional colleges Midwest section. Adrian College was also named the most innovative school in the Regional Colleges Midwest category. In addition, Adrian received accolades in Best Value in undergraduate teaching within Regional Colleges Midwest. Adrian College was also named in the top first-year experiences by U.S. News & World Report. This marks the 13th consecutive year that Adrian has appeared in U.S. News & World Report. To see the full rankings, visit their website. For more information on Adrian College,
at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian...
Leading off for Calvin in the bottom of the 8th inning, shortstop number 7, Gabe Bonner. So, Bulldogs have made a few defensive changes. We're going to, as another foul ball has hit catcher Dylan Johnson. This one knocks him to the ground, and Coach Rainey will come out and no doubt tell him it didn't hurt and go back. But Dylan's going to be okay. And it'll be 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Bonner. And here's the pitch inside for a ball. Talking about the changes, I'm not sure exactly where in the lineup all these guys are going, but it appears that Nathan Mix is now playing second base, and Ryan Davis has moved to third as another ball comes in from Russo. And in center field is Ty Peck for the Bulldogs. And there's a foul fly. And it's now 2-2. Trip Russo, his second inning of work, gave up a run on back-to-back hits after getting the first 2 out in the 7th inning. Fortman had a hard ground ball through right over the bag for a base hit to center. And then a double by Nate Mason got the run in. Mason hit that one pretty well. That's the only run off Russo so far. 2-2 the count, and here it comes, and it's a bounding smash, and Weeks gets his glove on it, knocks it down, but he won't be able to do anything with it, and it'll be a base hit for the Knight shortstop. Now batting first baseman number 20, Caden Penn. So Caden Penn steps in. He's got a double in 3 trips against the Bulldogs starter, Max Denny. And this pitch is down low, and Johnson blocks it and keeps the runner at first. Johnson has thrown out 2 runners stealing today and down 5. You would think that the Knights wouldn't be too aggressive on the bases at this point, as they have just 6 outs left in this ball game. There's a pitch that's down low for a ball. 2-0. And Mike, this is our first look at the 9-inning games.
Sorry, I finally got
that we
back. Bonter singled.
He did indeed. It was knocked down by the shortstop, but he was unable to make a throw. And that is considered a ball, as the check swing did not go. And it's 3-0. So,
all right, you ready for the changes?
You can hand them out at like it's Christmas there, right?
Ty Peck is in for Aaron Valentine. Peck will go to center. Miranda moves from third to first. Ryan Davis moves from second to third. Nathan mixes in for Owen Brown and will play second. And Don Goods moves from center to right field.
And Russo has fought back to a 3-2 count. Okay, one change we didn't get was Miranda going to first base. And Goods moving now to right. There's the pitch. It's swung on. It's a fly ball out to left. And that'll be out number 1. In this 8th inning. Now batting the catcher, number 23, Rick Padilla. That was still Easton Rogers out there in left field making the grab. And Padilla standing in. Padilla, the number 4 hitter in the Calvin lineup, is 1 for 3 today as he takes a strike on the inside corner for that pitch. Padilla, he's shown a lot of power in his Calvin baseball career. So you want to pitch careful to Mr. Padilla here. Here's the swing. It's a smash to third. It's past the diving third baseman and into left field. It's kind of a tough play to shoot at Davis, who just moved there to third after playing second all day. And we're going to get a pinch batter here.
Nope.
Or wait.
Nope, still hung.
Nope, I guess that's right. Okay, the batter is a right fielder, Andrew Hung. Now batting right fielder number 1, Andrew Hung. He's looking too far down my scorecard there. And Hung, first ball hitting, and this is going to find the gap in the center, and it's finally picked up out there. And again, earlier in the ball game, that might have produced 2 runs, but the Knights being a little less aggressive with 2 out, or excuse me, 1 out. And they'll leave runners at second and third, but pull within 4 here. Now batting third baseman number 43, Matt Raymond. And we've got action in the Bulldog bullpen. As Matt Raymond steps in, here's the pitch on the inside corner for strike 1.
The arm down in the Bulldog bullpen is the closer, Jacob Hanoin.
Well, again, this is the thing about the 9-inning ball game, finding people that can finish those last couple innings that last year, you know, you didn't need. Last season, the Bulldogs would have won this game 10-5 and 7. And headed for the warmth of the locker room as this pitch is outside for a ball. 2-1 to the Calvin third baseman. Everybody knows a lot can happen in the later innings of these ball games, so Calvin's still very much in this one, especially if they can pick up another hit here and get these 2 runners home. That one's pounded right down the strike zone for strike 2. Two, the count now. A single to short, 1 to left, and then the double into right center has produced a run for Calvin. That sandwiched around a fly ball to left for the only out of the inning, and that one's foul down the right field line, and that will make it to the bullpen. Again, there's approximately 1 foot between the line and the fence out there. So almost any ball that lands in the ballpark is fair. Russo checks the runners. 2-2 pitch on the way. It is swung on, popped up in the air. Russo going to get to it, and that will be a big out. I think Raymond, if he didn't hit that ball, that might have hit him. And we're going to get a visit to the mound quickly with 2 out. And the Bulldogs may be going to Hanoi right now. That's what it looks like it's going to happen. So runners at second and third, 2 out. We're going to get a pitching change, and we'll be back for the dramatic conclusion of this game after we pause for this.
Rolled over to second. Wood is there, throws it over to first, and the Bulldogs are going to the NCAA tournament as the MIAA tournament champions. The dog pile ensues beyond the mound.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze come freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. The ball big sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
In a proud college town, Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical program.
Now batting for the Knights, designated hitter number 6, Nate Bonter. So Jacob Anoyne coming in the save situation, and as fate would have it, his first batter that he has to face is Mr. Grand Slam, Nate Bonter. First pitch is down low to Bonter. He does have a first base open, however, but you do not want to walk him because that would bring the tying run to the plate. So pick your poison there, Mr. Anoyne. And there's a strike on the outside corner for strike 1. It's 1-1 to Bonter, who has fly to right and bounce to second, in addition to that Grand Slam homer. Nathan Mix, that one's kind of on the wrong side of the batter there. Just a bit outside. But I'll say Nathan Mix is playing about as deep as you can at second base. He is almost a left fielder at this point. But Bonter has hit every ball that way, so probably a wise decision here with 2 outs. And there's a smash right to him. He gets the ball, Mix across the diamond to Miranda, and the Bulldogs are out of the jam. So just 1 run scored by Calvin in the 8th inning on 3 hits. They leave 2 valuable runners, and we go to the 9th with the Bulldogs leading 10-6. Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Ty Peck. So we're here for the 9th inning. Schoonbeck back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work, and he's facing Ty Peck, who was a defensive replacement in center field an inning ago. So this is Ty's first attempt. He has 2 strikes on him right away, and this one's down low for a ball, and it's now 1-2. Peck, of course, has a great speed and always a threat to beat out an infield bouncer as well as outfield hits. It's like next pitch is wide for a ball, 2-2. Kevin Cardeni on deck in the DH spot as Peck fouls one off. And Dylan Johnson would be after that. Is the lower half of the Bulldogs order batting here in the 9th. There's a smash to third base. If it stays fair, it did not. And the Knights are glad about there. Unfortunately, for the umpire who just called Ty Peck out, you can't be out on a foul ball unless somebody catches it in the air. So that was a very good and exciting punch out at first base, but it's all for naught. And it remains 2-2 to Ty Peck. That would have been a heck of a play there by Raymond if it had stayed fair. And there's a ball, makes it 3-2.
He took a foul ball. His first at bat took a foul ball off the foot. Took a couple minutes, and then he had a beat out an infield single, and then he didn't come.
That ball's fouled away. The count remains full. So the payoff pitch to Peck, and it hits him. Ty probably would have felt better if he could have got out of the way of that one and just walked there to first base, but instead he takes it off his leg, but he seems to be okay. Now batting designated hitter number 9, Kevin Cardenty. And that'll bring up the DH Cardenty. Again, Peck with great speed. And Cardeni bunts, and he hits a high bunt, and it falls foul to the left. So, Cardeni probably should have let that one go because it was kind of a high pitch for him, and that led to the pop-up. And one of the most important things about sacrifice bunting is bunting at strikes. And after the bunt attempts, Schoonbeck decides, I better check that runner at first base, especially if that runner is Ty Peck. And there's a move, and Ty Peck is called out. And Ty made the mistake of making the move to second. I'm not sure if that one got there, but the umpire gave the benefit of the doubt, so that's one out. And there's the pitch wide to Cardenty. So Peck earned a walk, but is erased on the pickoff. Here in the top of the ninth inning. Again, the Bulldogs are the visiting team this afternoon. This game's supposed to be in Grand Rapids. So they will be home tomorrow for a doubleheader here. And so it's a bouncer to second for an easy second out. And that'll bring up Dylan Johnson. Now batting the catcher number 7, Dylan Johnson. So Johnson steps in, takes a strike on the inside corner. And there's strike 2 on the outside. And Schoonbeck is quickly ahead 0-2. If he can get Johnson, he'll have 2 pretty solid innings of work. Gave up just the 1 hit so far. But fortunately, that scored a run for the Bulldogs after a leadoff walk in the first inning of work. And there's 2 balls now after getting ahead 0-2. And so we'll await the 2-2 pitch to catcher Dylan Johnson. And there's a drive right at the glove of Caden Penn. And the Bulldogs go 1-2-3 in the top of the ninth. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for Adrian in the ninth inning. We'll be back for the exciting conclusion of today's game after we pause for this.
Rolled over to second. Wood is there, throws it over to first, and the Bulldogs are going to the NCAA tournament as the MIAA tournament champions. The dog pile ensues beyond the mound.
One shot, not a future for sure. Go! Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true stock trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze cut, freeze up, straight dropping the chills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. A bomb big sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.
The second baseman, number 17, J.C. Fonten. So we go to the ninth here. Hanoi got the last out of the 8th inning, and he is looking for the save here this afternoon, and his first pitch to Fonten is in for a strike. A big breaking ball that caught the inside corner. And that pitch is wide for a ball one. It's 1-1. Hanoi 1-0 this season. He's had one save. And here's the pitch fouled back off the big mat here at Nicolay Field. He has an impressive 1.08 ERA at this point. And he's ahead in the count 1-2 to the second baseman from the Knights, J.C. Fonten. That one's inside for ball 2, 2-2. Lights are on here at Nicolay Field now. Pitch out of the way, and that is a drive caught by Miranda. So, out number one on a line drive. That was good enough to be a hit, but it was close enough to Miranda for him to grab it. Now batting left fielder number 2, Nate Mason. Nate Mason, who came in for left fielder Carson Warners. He's batted one time. It was a double and an RBI. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball to short. Weeks gloves it, throws it across the diamond, and there are 2 away. So 2 quick outs for Hanoi here in the 9th inning, and that'll leave it up to Ryan Peterson in this opening day game of the MIAA season between Adrian and Calvin. Now batting the center fielder number 3, Ryan Peterson. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, that's why this game got moved
here. Here's the pitch. There is a fly ball to right, and it is caught. And the Bulldogs emerge victorious on opening day with a 10-6 win over the Calvin Knights.
Sounds like they're going to talk about it, but I'll text you. Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's game. Our final score here this afternoon is Adrian College 10 and Calvin College 6. Here are the final line score on today's game. First for the Bulldogs, they get 10 runs on 9 hits. They made no errors and left 7 runners on base. For Calvin, they had 6 runs on 10 hits. They made 1 error, and they left 4 runners on base. The winning pitcher this afternoon for Adrian is Maxwell Denny. His record is now 2-1, and the losing pitcher for Calvin is Hayden White. His record falls to 0-1. Jacob Hanoin earns his second save of the season. The time of this ball game was 2 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, we're back here at Nicolay Field, where the Bulldogs have pushed their record overall to 9-6, but more importantly 1-0 in the MIAA as they begin their defense of the MIAA title here in 2022. And Mike, we saw a pretty good ball game this afternoon. Maxwell Denny, I thought, pitched a real good game. If it wasn't for that grand slam you know, that was really 4 of the 6 runs that the Knights got on the afternoon. So, but he did a good job going 6 innings and putting his team in position to win this ball game. And they came through by having 4 innings where they got 2 runs and adding a couple singletons in there. So for the Bulldogs, being able to at least put something on the board in 6 of the 9 innings, that was key to their victory here this afternoon. Again, the final totals for today's game. For the Bulldogs, they had 10 runs on 9 hits. They made no errors, and they left 7 on base. While Calvin had 6 runs on 10 hits, they made 1 error, and they left 4 runners on base. Winning pitcher was Maxwell Denny. He's now 2-1, while Hayden White takes the loss. He's 0-1 for Calvin. Jacob Benoit earns his 2nd save of the season, and the game time this afternoon at Nicolay Field, at a very cold Nicolay Field, was 2 hours and 30 minutes. And so that brings us to the end. You got some final comments for us, Mike, before we sign off here?
No, not really. I mean, just a good game for the Bulldogs, starting this MIAA season on the right foot, you know, following up that 10-5 loss to Otterbein on Wednesday. So it's good to see the Bulldogs back on the winning track, starting MIAA play with a victory, and hopefully they can pick up the sweep tomorrow. Due to the forecast for tomorrow evening, there may be some changes in the start times for tomorrow. It is yet to be confirmed, but take a look at AdrianBulldogs.com or the Calvin Athletics website. That's CalvinKnights.com if you are a Calvin fan. But stay tuned on that. That decision should be made somewhat shortly, but there could be some time changes for tomorrow to avoid the weather.
Well, either way, we'll be here on the air as whenever they play. It'll either be noon or 1 o'clock. Again, this is the start of a big homestand for the Bulldogs. They are home again for the doubleheader with Calvin tomorrow, and they'll be here on Sunday against the College of Worcester. And then Tuesday, the Bulldogs will host the Trine University Thunder. And a week from today, they'll have Hope College in town, and those 2 games will both be at 4 o'clock. So if you can't make it out here to Nicolay Field, please join us here on ACTV. And until then, this is Dave Ingesen for Mike Prang saying so long, everyone.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.